Good morning, church. We are in Revelation chapter 12, and I remember as a little kid reading through this and thinking, wow, this book is so cool because there's dragons in it, there's crazy stuff. And so I always thought as a little kid that Revelation was the coolest and at least most entertaining book of the Bible. But like it says in Scripture, I put aside my childish ways and will think about this like adults today, even though perhaps we can still think that the talk of all the dragons and the wonderful mystical symbolism is pretty cool. And so we have the sign of the woman that appears in heaven, and this begins to be very confusing. So I hope that you've read this a couple times by now, so you're can track along with the conversation here. So symbolically, what we like to see is that woman as Israel, and we can remember when Joseph had the dream of the moon and the sun and the shafts of wheat bowing down to him, and the 12 stars being the 12 tribes of Israel, and the son born that's meant to reign could be Christ, who is born out of Israel and whom Satan was seeking to devour. Any interpretation that you pick with this gets pressed back with a little bit of difficulty, but that kind of helps ground us a little bit and understand what's happening. And then we have under that the war that begins in heaven. And where we locate this, it's kind of tricky. Tend to view it as a future event that has not yet occurred. And so at some point, Satan will be completely destroyed, completely thrown out of heaven. Why did he still have access? Well, we look at Job, that Job was accused by Satan. Satan had access to the throne room of God and is the accuser. That's what Satan means. He's the accuser. And so Christ is our mediator, Satan, the accuser. And how do we overcome? They conquered him by the blood of the Lamb, by the word of their testimony, for they did not love their lives to the point of death. And so we see, and then in the next section, how Satan is waging war against the offspring. We know that that's currently taking place and will continue to take place right up until the point where God returns. And so all of this lets us remember that God has had a plan from the beginning for deliverance for us. Satan has continually opposed that plan and sought to devour God himself and his people. And that the one way to overcome, the one way to be conquerors and more than conquerors is through the blood of the Lamb and the word of his testimony. We're told that we're not to seek to rebuke Satan. We don't contend with the dragon ourselves. We don't do that. But through Christ and what he has done, we overcome, we endure, we persevere. So hold fast, church. Hold tight. These are the days where we can delight in the Lord our God and we can pursue what the Lord our God has for us. Let's never flinch back. Let's just delight to do what he calls us to do, knowing that he is joining us there. I love you very much, church, and we'll talk to you soon again.